Last week, I had a lot of you ask, how did they catch the New York City subway shooter so quickly right after the events happened? This video is going to explain how. My name is Nathan Laurie. If you are new here, we talk about the law and the facts. If you're about that life, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. So our story begins on March 28, 2020, where our suspect, Frank James, checks into a rental property in Philadelphia, and he paid to stay for approximately 2 weeks. Then on April 6th, about a week later, James reserves and prepays for a white Chevy Express G2500 U-Haul truck. Then on April 10th, James was scheduled to check out of the rental on that day, but his belongings were left behind, as reported in the New York Times. The next day, on April 11th, Frank James picks up his U-Haul truck from a U-Haul moving and storage facility in West Philadelphia. And this is the U-Haul van that he picked up for his purposes. Now, also on April 11th, James went to his storage facility. And later, investigators found that within that storage facility, there was a cache of weapons and ammunition found. So it seems like this is something that he's been planning, and the storage facility in Philadelphia is where he kept all of his stuff. Then on April 12th, at 4:11, NYPD surveillance cameras captured James driving a U-Haul truck across the Verrazano Bridge, and he was going from Staten Island into Brooklyn. Now, it's important to note here that James crossed state lines from Pennsylvania to New Jersey to New York, and because James is traveling across state lines, this criminal activity is now what's known as interstate criminal activity, giving the federal government jurisdiction in terms of prosecution. Now, on April 12th at about 6:12 a.m., surveillance footage captured James at 7th Street and Kings Highway in Brooklyn. And James seems to be walking from the U-Haul truck and is wearing this lightly colored jacket. It seems like he's working for construction, and this hard hat with these two bags. Now, at about 8 a.m., James boards a Manhattan-bound N train at Kings Highway. Here is the high-definition surveillance footage from that subway stop. Now, at about 8:30, James then releases this canister of smoke that you see under this seat and begins shooting. So authorities believe that that's the reason why more people weren't hurt or killed, because James was blinded by the smoke he released. Now, allegedly, James fired until the gun jammed, and then he left the scene. But he also left a few clues behind at the scene. First, these two bags, James left them here at the scene. Now, in these two bags, there were a lot of clues. In the first bag, there was a Glock 17 pistol that the serial number seems to have been tampered with. Also gasoline, a torch, and a U-Haul key to the van that he drove to the subway station with. The second bag contained fireworks with black powder-filled explosives and a receipt for James's storage facility. So about 10 minutes later, James then leaves the station. Now, James has changed the way he looks. He's taken off the hat, the jacket, and ditched the two bags, and now is walking around like this. So now the next update we get is April 13th, the day after the shooting. James is seen here in this photograph charging his phone outside of a McDonald's. Now, it was James who called NYPD's Crime Stoppers and told them where he was at and where to come pick him up. James was taken into custody at about 1:40 on April 13th after calling police and let them know where he was at. Now, after James was arrested by local authorities, federal prosecutors, because of the whole interstate commerce, filed charges against Frank James for violation of federal law. James was charged with violation of 18 U.S.C. section 1992 A7, which essentially is a terrorist attack against a mass transit system. If found guilty, James is facing a life sentence. So now at the end of the day, we know where James was staying before the attack. We know where he picked up his truck. We know where he picked up the U-Haul truck. We know where his storage facility was. We know how he got to the city. We know where he got in the train. They found the bags that he bought. They saw what was in those bags. They found out when he got off the train. We saw how he changed his appearance. And we see that he called police on himself and was taken into custody. So now you have the full story. So my first question is, do you think this could have been avoided in any way? Do you think there was anything that law enforcement could have done to stop this attack? It seems kind of random, and it doesn't really seem like there was any warning signs before this. I hope this video helps explain how police were able to catch this criminal within the first 30 hours of the event. Now, if you like this video and you like what I do, check out some other videos around here. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'm out of here. Peace.